Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to another stream. This is the first Monday stream. We did a Friday stream, went great. We hit a peak of I think it was like 116 or 120 viewers on that day that were live watching. And I'm stoked to see if maybe today we will beat that and maybe get to like 150 today or something. That would be awesome. Like each one we kind of break a record. Let me know if anything is like going wrong, like my mic's not working or something. Today on the X stream, anyone should be able to chat. Before I had it set up to like, if you didn't have a verified account, like with the blue check, you couldn't chat if you didn't have that. Now it should be anyone is allowed to chat. Because I thought most of my followers had the verified thing, but I guess when I went back and looked, not a lot of you guys had it. So I was like, oh, I'll swap that. So hopefully this morning, you guys can all chat. Same with YouTube. I had it only subscribers could chat, but now I have it at anyone. So hopefully that works well and that that it goes smoothly. So if you're in the chat or if you're here today, just give me a good morning on the chat, and that just lets me know if it's working or not, or if you're not chatting, whatever. But I like to see if it's working, if you're able to say a good morning. I know Trust is here on the YouTube stream. Nice. Kendra's here. Good morning. Nice. It looks like it's working. So guys, the charts today were or actually this last weekend were weird. The last stream on Friday, while we were watching, we started watching the charts just go down, and I think Solana, I haven't really seen the NFT podcast. Good morning. Yeah, Trust is here. Good morning. Good morning, Trust. But yeah, this weekend was weird on the Solana. I mean, it wasn't just Solana that got affected. A lot of coins got affected. And yeah, there was a dip. There was a dive on the price. I think we broke under 160. I think we hit I don't know how low we went, because I wanted to do that all together in the stream this morning. I didn't want to do it beforehand and then have all this stuff. I want to do it live so you guys can see how I do the technical analysis, how I check out all the prices and things like that. So let me see. Nice. We got 15 people on the live stream on X, and we got, I think, 3 right now on the YouTube. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the live streams. Stoked to have you guys all here. All right. Let's get into it. Let's get into some Solana technical analysis. I'm going to switch it up. Okay. Oh, hello. Wrong browser share. Let me get that fixed. There we go. That's the right browser share. All right. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm not missing any X chat. So I'm going to pop this up real fast. Do this. Pop out the chat. There we go. Perfect. Sorry, just making sure I'm learning this stream stuff. Be patient with me. Okay. All right. You guys should see. Perfect. Yep. You guys see the right screen now. All right. Let's get into Solana. Let's get into what happened. So on the Friday candle, let's see. Look at that blue candle right there. That was the Friday, right? Yep. Friday, June 7th. A big old blue candle. We had a peak on that day. We had a high of that day of 172.69 and a low of 153.78. $153.78 was actually the low. And right now, as we're watching, Solana's sitting at about $162.56 is where we're currently sitting at today. So there's a big little, there's a pretty decent dip on the Friday, and now this weekend we haven't seen anything really go back up. But the thing that I'm noticing right away on the day chart for Solana is that it is the price is like right at the 21-day moving average. The 21-day moving average is this white line right here. But I'm just noticing that like price seems to not want to break above that. As you can see, the Friday it wicked back up to the 21-day moving average, and then Saturday price was below the 21-day moving average, and then you got these double candles right next to each other. And now as you can see, this candle, I mean, we got a lot left in this day. We got about 8 hours left in this candle, but if the candle starts moving back above the 21-day moving average, that would be potentially a bullish signal that we're not going to go lower. But if the price remains under that 21-day moving average, I would expect potentially the price to go lower. And then the next point I would expect price is like this support, which should be in the 140s, $141, or even this double bottom down here, which is 120. $120 Solana had a big support on that price. I remember seeing it hit it twice, and you could see those wicks. Every time it touched it, 120 had a massive support and bounce back. So we could even go back down to 120, but we will see. We will see. All right, let's do some TA. Let's see if we got ourselves an opportunity today. All right, let's draw some rays. Let's draw some rays here. Get a trend line. Okay, so there's the day. I'm gonna make my trend lines yellow just so throughout the stream everyone knows what each line represents. So these trend lines are going to be yellow. Clearly we're in an uptrend. All right, let me grab it. There we go. Well, I don't know. We are making lower highs. Consolidation, higher high, and now we could be moving back up into a man. I'm interested to see what happens this week. I'm interested to see what happens, because if we happen to test this trend line here, which should be about that support line that I'm talking about at like 140s, if we do come test this and we break through, that'd be very bearish. But I don't know. I just want to see Solana hit all-time highs. That's why I can't wait to see Solana hit all-time highs again. Let me know in the chat, anyone that's here, if you were here when Solana was $8. Because I was here when Solana was $8. I was here when SBF destroyed Solana. Like, I was here during that whole time. And to be here where it is today at 160 again, it broke 200, you know, a couple, like probably 2 weeks back. Or no, how many weeks was that? Let's see. Let's go to the week chart. Yeah, that was about when was this? Oh, it was in March. March, we broke the 200 point again. And I just cannot wait to see what Solana does. Look at this week. So this is the weekly candle that I'm looking at right now. It's following that trend line, respecting that trend line here. I think we might be testing this trend line again, but we won't break a lower low. Been here up and down that whole thing. Nice. Trust was here during that whole time. That was an insane time. It was hard to actually have your conviction through when it hit $8. It was like scary. We stuck with it, but like it was crazy seeing it do that. But these weekly candles are we have had we're going on our fourth consecutive red week on Solana, which if we got a bullish engulfing candle here on Solana, that would be I would be really excited for that on the weekly chart. Okay, let's go back to the day. Remember those who were here last Friday stream, I like to always put a ray on the close of the previous day's candle. So on the previous day's candle, I like to put a ray on the close of that candle, and then that gives me a pinpoint of where I would want my entry if I were to take an entry on Solana today, either long or short. If the price is below that line, I'm looking at a long potentially, but if the price is above that line, I'm looking for a short, right? So if I'm taking a short, I want price to be above the previous close. And if I'm looking to take a long, I want the price to be below previous close. If that makes sense. Did you buy at $8? I did buy at $8. And if anybody doesn't believe me that I bought at $8, I actually have receipts. I can look at the transactions that I have on Jupiter Exchange. I had limit orders at $8. Okay, it wasn't $8 exactly. It was like $8.25. But I bought at $8. I think I had a limit order at $8, but it was so quick off that dollar price that I don't think my order executed because of how quickly the price moved. But I do have limit orders at $8.25. You know, let me show you. Let me show you guys. I'll show you right now the proof that I have it. Let's see. Let's do it. What wallet is that? Probably this one. Let's see. Let's go to Jupiter. Let's go limit orders. Was it on this one? I have a lot. It goes way back. Solana, $18 Solana, $16 Solana, $8.50. That one got canceled. Let me find that order. What was this? I think it's on a different wallet. What wallet was that? $18 Solana, 18, 17, $17 Solana. I think it's in a different wallet. It's a different wallet. Let me go look at my other wallet. I have a couple of wallets. This one has a lot more transactions. I think it was on this one. Yep. Okay, so here we go. Completed $9 Solana, $8.75 Solana, and then also $8.50, $8.25, and the $8 ones. Yeah, they didn't complete because they never went through. They went. It moved so quickly. But right there, I hope you can read this. But right here, oh wait. Right here, $8.25. That was the lowest price I entered at when it came to Solana. $8.25. And I bought $250 worth at $8.50, which was $250 worth of Solana at the time was 30.3 Solana. 30.3 Solana at $8.25. That is, oh my gosh. I honestly wish we could have those prices back again. $8.25 was the lowest I got. If you're in the chat right now, show me or type in the lowest you ever bought Solana. Like, what was your lowest entry? My lowest entry is $8.25. If you're able to find your lowest entry price, show me and put it in the chat. Fun one to look back. Like, who is the lowest entry on Solana? All right, sorry, I've been bouncing around. Let's get back to the technical analysis. But $8.25, I told you I got receipts. So if anyone's like, nah, Soul Maniac wasn't here during that time, I was here. I bought. You always wish you bought more. Always. always looking back, you're like, dang, I wish I had more of that stuff. All right. Let's see how many people we got in here right now. 27. Nice. Welcome in, everybody. We got 27 on the X stream, and we got a total of, we have 2 viewers on YouTube with a total of 6 that have come and gone. All right. So let's get into a lower time frame on Solana now that we have our day kind of mapped out, our day technical analysis. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to show on the day. This is what I wanted to show. That when last week we looked at these rays here, right? We looked at this breakout. I was excited for this breakout, but then it failed. So look, you have this. Let's make it red because it's a little downtrend. You have this downtrend here where price broke out. And then you have this support line right here where price was getting supported. We're going to make that green for a support line. So we had this little pennant forming here, and it price broke out. I was expecting it not to go lower than this support line, right? I was expecting it to hold, and it kind of, with what we're seeing right now with the candles, it's holding. It's at least holding that trend line and kind of holding the support. It did break below the support line over this weekend, but bounced right back up to it. And so I actually like this this trend line and the way that the price is treating this support line right here with the double bottom on this pennant. I am very interested to see how price, my guess, right? None of this is financial advice. I'm just use this as educational to let you into my brain of how I'm when I'm doing technical analysis of what I'm looking at and what I'm planning ahead. My goal by seeing this and seeing the way that price is reacting to support, my guess is that we're going to see it go up, make a new high from this high, right? It's going to break that and then potentially come back, test that, and then maybe go even higher. Or we come over here and test, or we come over here, or price breaks up, makes a new high, and then goes and tests like this trend line or this support line again. Or if it fails to break above the support, we might see it like go down further, test the support again, go down this trend line, and then see what new direction it's going. Are we going bearish or bullish? But I think where we're at currently with this support line and the way that the price is kind of battling right there at the price that we have here, 161.15 cents, $161.15 seems to be a battle point where price is figuring out what's going to happen next. And again, I'm going to reiterate that when I'm looking at the chart, I'm trying to figure out the story that the price is telling me it's going to do, right? So as I'm looking at these candles, every candle's telling me a story of what the buyers and sellers are talking about and how they're arguing, and are the buyers going to win or are the sellers going to win this argument? And so I want to figure out, with the best of my knowledge and the best information that the chart is giving me, what is it going to do? Is it going to go up or is it going to go down based on what the buyers and sellers are doing on the candles, on the trend lines, on the support and resistance points? All right, let's go into a lower time frame. Let's go into the 4-hour time frame. All right. Okay, so let's zoom out. I'm going to do another little trend because I see another trend here, right? So we got the day trend line, then we have the 4-hour trend line, right? Higher high, higher high, or sorry, higher low, higher low, higher high, not a higher high, sorry, higher high compared to these highs, right? Higher low. So I'm gonna make another trend line here. Let's put it on that guy, make it yellow because yellow is our trend lines. Green, Yellow is our trend line. Green is our support line. And then red, I'm going to change this because this actually is a trend line. And then red is our resistance points, okay? And then the light blue is our previous close. Our previous day close line. All right. Now that we got a new 4-hour support, let's see what price is doing in here. All right. So price looks like it's consolidating right now and trying to figure out what the heck it wants to do. All right. We got price right in here, doing its thing. Figuring out, does it want to go lower? Does it want to go higher? And for me, in the consolidation, I do not love taking a position when the chart is choppy like this. I don't enjoy doing that because price tends to move so small, like so little, and it can move in any direction so quickly that I like to wait to see when price breaks out, right? When we get some price action. And then another thing I see right now that would indicate for me that this support might not be as strong as we might think is because the 21-day moving average, this white line, is now below the 50-day moving average, that green line. That is a bearish signal. That is a bearish indicator that says strength is lessening, right? And then if that line continues and this red line moves upward and then all three cross, that's a very bearish signal, especially on the 4-hour. A 4-hour is a strong signal, in my opinion, on the way I do my charts, that if something like that happens on the 4-hour, it's pretty strong signal. Okay. So it looks like right now we're in a little bit of consolidation and figuring out, are we going to go up from the support or are we going to break down? If that candle rejects the support line and doesn't break through, and then the next candle like continues the motion upward and we break out of this consolidation, this white line, the 21-day moving average, might just pop above the green line again, and we might have just a short little fake out on the bearish movement. But only time can tell. We have, so this 4-hour candle like just started. We still got 3.5 hours until this candle closes. So we got a lot of time. Let's see what the 1 hour looks like. Let's see if there's any other trend that we can look at. There's some consolidation here, right? Consolidation, boom, price broke out. Movement down, consolidation. Which way is price gonna move out? Like go lower or higher? So let's go to 1 hour. Nice, we got 30 people on the X stream. Welcome in, everybody. If you're on the X stream, welcome to Markets with Maniac. We're just doing some Solana technical analysis right now and looking at what the heck happened on Friday. Like, Friday dumped, right? Touched this bottom trend line, had massive wick off of that trend right here, and now it's just doing some choppiness and consolidation. And to see, is this momentum going to continue, this downward momentum, or are we going to start seeing some bullish momentum come back? Okay, so the 1 hour, I see two things on the 1 hour. One, all three lines are crossed below, okay, which is a bearish signal, right? Here, bearish signal. All three lines are crossed, or all two, the 21-day and the 50-day are below the 200-day moving average. Okay, then I also see a red engulfing candle, but then I see this bullish engulfing candle, which caused price to move up pretty rapidly and move in a good scale. And I also see that the 21-day moving average and the 50-day are starting to make a slight curve up to this direction, which might give me an indication that the bearish momentum might be lessening, right? Like, on the 4 hour, we saw that this one just crossed. This might be a fake out and just be a quick little cross and come right back up. Because the 1 hour is kind of showing a little bit of strength here that the lines might continue back up. But really we got to see how it treats this consolidation point in this consolidation area on what price is actually going to do. If I were to take a trade, it would be in a low time frame where price touches either the bottom or the top of consolidation. And I'd be looking for, if price touched the bottom of consolidation, I'd be looking for a long position. And if price touched the top of consolidation, I would be looking for a short position as it moves and does that choppy movement. But it would be in a very low time frame. And then that would be like a quick trade. I wouldn't want to be in it long. But if you're looking to swing trade, yeah, you're probably waiting for price action and price to get out of consolidation. I'm a day trader. I like to like scalp on the daily time frame in the minutes. I don't like to hold my trades longer than a day. I know some people think that's dumb. Some people are like, you should be holding trades for like a week, a month, follow the trend. Like, and I get that idea, but I just don't like doing it because there's so many things that I've seen that like in an instant, the market can change on you in a great position. And I just like to be in a day time frame, or day to day on my trades. So as you can see here on the hour, price is actually now below the support line and below the previous close, which my guess would mean if we cannot go back above the support line, this green line right here, we might be testing this trend line somewhere over in this direction. Where's my little drawer? There it is. So if we can't break, if we continue downward, my guess is we're going to do a little bit of like this, then come back up, test this, maybe play around a little more until we either break out this way or we come down and then break out down and test this trend line. But we'll see what happens here in this consolidation point. All right. Let's see. Let's go down to a lower time frame. So the hour seems to be playing right around that support. Oh, okay. All right. So 15-minute. There's two conflicting indicators here. We have a bullish engulfing candle down here, right? That moved price to the top of consolidation. And now we have a bearish engulfing candle here at the top of consolidation, which my guess now with this engulfing candle is we're probably not going to be staying above this support line. But the other conflicting thing with the bearish thesis is that this white line, the 21-day moving average, is very close to crossing the 50-day moving average. And with this engulfing candle, this crossing the 50, that gives me more confidence in a bullish momentum than this bearish engulfing candle here. Because that's one, two, three bullish indicators to this one bearish indicator. And price seems to be wicking off on this candle. Price seems to be wicking off the support line right there. It's holding right on that support. It went down, wicked off. And there's 19 seconds left in this 15-minute. Let's see what this 15-minute does. It's 14 seconds. Let's see how it reacts. Yo, Fabulos. Good morning, dude. I see you in the chat. I hope you're having a great day, man. Good morning. Thank you so much for being in the stream. As we wait to see what the candle does. Okay, so that candle closed like right on the support line with a good wick off. But it looks like this next candle is starting off red. It did a little bit of white, but starting off red. Sorry, my white candles are bullish candles. My blue candles are bearish candles. Just so if you're like wondering. Fabulous, welcome to the stream. We got 33 people right now in the stream. Welcome everyone. So thankful that you're here supporting me. Looks like we're actually rejecting this support line. Yep. My guess now, we're gonna probably test this low here or test the trend line. That's kind of like a double bottom almost. It's pretty close, but not quite. But yeah, we're rejecting that support line. More consolidation. You could argue that in these really micro time frames that, like, here's a trend, right? You could argue here's a trend. You could argue, right? You got these micro trends. So you got these little movement of trends in the consolidation, and you can trade off these. It's a little more difficult to trade off those micro trends that you see on the screen. Sorry, my screen's got a whole bunch of great to see you. Have a great day too, brother. Nice. Thank you, man. There's a lot going on my screen right now, but I hope it's making sense. Like, for me, when I see this, it makes sense to me, but I know sometimes if you're not super familiar with technical analysis, this could be a lot. This could be like overwhelming. And let me know if this is overwhelming, if you want me to like maybe clear some drawings so I can like show you the micro trends. But as you can see here, there's a bearish micro trend here on the 15-minute, a bullish micro trend here on the 15-minute. We have this massive bullish movement on the 15-minute touching the top of consolidation, right? So what we can see is, what is this movement going to do on this trend line? Is it going to bounce off of it? Is it going to continue in this micro bullish trend? Or are we going to start a little bearish trend down to this point over here? And when I'm doing the micro trends like this, I like that. This is where my example of the top and bottoms of consolidation is where I like to take my positions. Is it comes with patience, right? Here is that's a great money making opportunity from the bottom of this trend to the top of this point. That is a great opportunity to take a trade at the bottom here. Again, here, top of consolidation, it touched, had a great downward momentum, would have made for a great trade. Again, we had this movement up here. We could even say that there's an opportunity right now, but I personally don't want to take this trade because what it's doing at the support line is kind of weird, and I want to see what it does. But you could have, if you were able to enter at the top of consolidation and take a short position, like, you would be in a great trade so far. And it can come down and test this or test these highs right here. But that's why if I'm gonna trade when it's consolidating, I want to be patient, that if it's not touching the bottom or tops of consolidation, that's when I want to take my trades, right? I don't want to take it in the middle of consolidation. If I'm taking a trade like right here, that's a bad choice. Because if you're like, oh, momentum's going upward, I'm gonna take a long right here, price just broke above the 21, like this candle's right there, oh, take a long, it'll come back and touch the top of consolidation. No, you would have got stopped out, right? Price went low and then it went high. So if you're going to trade in the consolidation, you need to make sure you have patience and let price go to where you want it to. Like right now, if I would have taken a short position as it touched this, look at this candle now. That is not a great trade opportunity. That is not something I would want to take. This is not something that gives me confidence in this trade. Yeah, I would not have been confident in this movement. Okay, I'm gonna erase these trend lines. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go to the 5-minute. Now I'm down in the very, very low time frame. What I use very, very low time frames for is to snipe my position, right? So I don't know if you guys are familiar with what the different ways you use time frames, but the way I use time frames, I use the day to tell me what kind of trend are we in overall. In the day time frame, we saw that we were in a bullish trend. We were making higher highs, kind of in a weird consolidation point, but in general, we were in a bullish trend. The 4-hour kind of showed also that we were moving in a bullish trend. And now, as I know it's like a bullish trend, I want to wait for price action, right, to get out of this consolidation to give me the best opportunity for a trade. And when I want to like find that perfect opportunity to enter a trade, I use a lower time frame to get that snipe on a price. I take the snipe on a candle that might give me the best opportunity to get the earliest position on a trade in a candle, right? So like say when I'm in this lower time frame on the 5-minute, I get 3 more candles than a 15-minute time frame, right? 15-minute, I get 1 candle for every 5 minutes, or for every 3 5-minutes, right? But if I go to the 5-minute time frame, for 15 minutes, I get 3 more candles that show me something of what price is doing. So I like to use the lower time frames to really snipe my price, to really snipe my entry on my trades. And when I go down to this 5-minute time frame, I get a little bit more information too. That price really is struggling to break below the support. You can see right here, price is really, it's a battle for sellers to try to get below that support line. They're really trying hard. Also, you can see that the white line has crossed both the green and the red line here, the 50-day and the 200-day moving average. And the green is moving up to cross the red one also. For this is showing me that we actually might have a potential price action sooner than later. That we might actually see price reject this support line, or price accept buyers win. Sorry, that was probably a little confusing. We might see buyers win here at this support line and actually see a price movement outside of this consolidation, right? If price is supported here and buyers win, we might see price pop out here. Or we might see it rejected again and head back down to the bottom of consolidation. But we got to be patient. We got to be patient to see what is actually happening. You don't want to rush into a trade ever. Oh, and look at that. On the 5-minute, we just got an indication that we might have a bullish engulfing candle. Let me give a little rundown for anyone who's wondering what these indicators are, these big red and green triangles. So if you don't know what a 3LS, a 3-line strike is in an engulfing candle, is that when there's 3 candles of one kind in a row, and then the opposite candle that engulfs the body of that previous candle is that indication. So right here, you have a bunch of bullish candles that moved up and one big blue engulfing candle in the opposite direction, which gives me the 3LS indicator. Here, let me get that zoomed in for you so you see it. Here we have 1, 2, 3 bearish candles in a row with now a bullish engulfing candle here at this support line, which is for me even more bullish at this point, is because that was a support line that was a key place for us when we were looking. So now I see there's an engulfing candle at the support line we've been watching that is growing rapidly, and there's 37 seconds left in this 5-minute candle, which for me is a very bullish signal. And now I'm like, this actually could present a pretty solid opportunity for a long position, because we are also below the close price of yesterday's candle, right? That's a beautiful candle right there, especially at the support line. Let's see what it does. We got 9 seconds left. Let's see if this engulfing candle continues and we actually get the indicator that we want. Yeah, we are. Boom. That could have actually presented an opportunity for a trade right there. But I want to see what it does in consolidation. Again, everyone, thank you so much for being in here. We got 37 people in here on the stream. and I'm so thankful. I hope you guys are having fun. If you ever have questions, shoot them in the chat. I will always stop and answer questions, or always stop and like try to interact with you guys. I don't want to just be me blabbing on, but I want it to be like a dialogue between you guys and between me. So if you ever have a question, do not hesitate to write in the chat. Or if you're ever like, I don't know if that's consolidation, or I don't think that's a trend line, challenge me, because I'm also learning in this. I'm not like an expert. I've been doing trading for 3 years. I've been practicing and honing in my skills and learning as best as I can. And I'm just taking you guys along with me on my journey on understanding how to trade properly, how to trade off price action, how to trade off of trends, support, and resistance. And so I'm bringing you along with me on how I learn. And that's my goal here. My goal here is not to give you alpha on the best trades. We're going to make money every day. That's not my goal here. My goal here is to give you guys the tools and help you understand what I'm doing so you can go and do it yourself. My candles are blue and white because I don't like the green and red. I like the, it looks cooler to me. If it's helpful for me to change it to red and green for you guys so it's easier to understand when I'm saying bullish and bearish candles, I could change it. Like I'll change it right now so it makes more sense for those. Let's see. There you go. Now we're back to the OG, right? Red and green candles. I just had him white and blue because aesthetically it's more pleasing to me, but I think it would probably be easier to do it this way for just the streams and people knowing what I'm talking about. Because if you come in and not knowing that my white candles are bullish and blue candles are bearish, it gets confusing. So we'll do this. That's why. It was purely an aesthetic thing. Okay. I really like this momentum that's going on here on the 5 minute. The green is creeping up to that 200-day moving average. Now let's go down to the 1 minute. Yeah, look at that 1 minute. Little consolidation in the 1 minute. And then price action on that consolidation popped out. And on the 1 minute, you can see we're in a bullish trend here. On the 1 minute, I see this kind of support zone. On the 1 minute, I see a potential resistance point here and resistance coming up here. Right? So now on the 1 minute time frame, I'm getting in the micro time frames. Not many people might not go down this low, but I really like the 1 minute time frame because I think there's good information you can get from that. I want to see what price does off this resistance and this resistance. And I also really like in the 1 minute time frame Heikin-Ashi candles, right? So these are Heikin-Ashi candles. I talked about them last Friday, but I'll talk about it a little bit more right now. Heikin-Ashi candles, the reason why I really like them is it helps me identify like a trend, right? As you can see, it's different. These candles are green, right? You saw a little break in red, then more green. It is way easier, in my opinion, in the 1 minute to look at Heikin-Ashi candles because as you can see, it shows you indications of green and trends, right? I think it's a great indicator of what trend is it moving towards and if that trend ever breaks. And really quickly, just another educational thing on the Heikin-Ashi. This is a good indicator right here. You got these green candles going up here, right? None of these green candles have wicks on both sides. It only has a one-sided wick, and when I'm reading that, if it has a one-sided wick, to me, it's confirmation that this trend is continuing in that direction. So if it's a bullish trend, one-sided wick, it's continuing in the bullish direction. Now, you have this red candle. That might scare some people, be like, uh-oh, the trend's changing. No, it's not. because the reason why I know right away that no, the trend's not changing potentially here is because it's a double-sided wick, right? It's an indecisive candle that says, yeah, we went red, but it wasn't strong enough to indicate for us, are we going bearish or bullish? We're figuring it out still. Then you have another red candle, still indecisive with the double wick, right? Then you have a green candle, double wick, okay? Price buyers and sellers are still trying to figure out, is this trend continuing or is it weakening? Boom. We get a green candle that has a one-sided wick. Okay. It was a false break. Like it tried to fake us out. It's continuing that green and that bullish trend. Now you get to this red candle, right? You get a green candle that's double wick, indecisive. You get a red candle with one wick and it's engulfing on that bullish candle. Boom. Now you can see the trend is now confirmed that it's changing. So then now you see price moves down. Would have been a great little short trade. Right? So here we have that downward movement. Downward movement has been stopped right around this price point, which was the important support, right? This was our important support line. We had consolidation, price trying to figure out what's happening. But on the 1 minute, we have this Heikin-Ashi, a really big Heikin-Ashi engulfing candle here. And then now the trend is moving upward. But as you can see, this resistance point on the 1 minute, the candles are wicking hard off that. Price might not make it above this resistance point. And this is why reality actually, if this kept moving downwards, this would have been a great trade. But like we said, this consolidation area makes it really hard to trade, because even if you entered in a long position here, it's having intense rejection here on the resistance, and that's not a lot of money. You're not making a lot of profit off of this. That is let's put it into actual value. So say you waited until this candle closed, you're not entering until up here. So you're enter here, and then you might hit this resistance. You're maybe hitting 0.5% on the way it moves. Now, if you're using a lot of leverage, yeah, that could be great. But then you're using a lot of leverage and could lose a lot of money. I don't like that. I like 1% movements. If it's hitting 1%, I like that. That's where you can make some good money on a trade. I like 1%, 0.5% are not fun for me, in my opinion. I think they're a little more scary when it's less than 1% movements. So let's delete that. But price is still moving up on this resistance point, and we'll see what it's doing. After looking at the Solana charts today, my goal would be to see if there's price action. Would be to see if today, do we see price move outside of our box, up or down? Do we see price action today? And actually look at it right now on the 1 minute. We now have a bearish engulfing candle on that 1 minute, right? So now it's going to start moving downwards potentially. If that ends in a bearish, if that actually closes in that way, that little bullish trend might be done. Oh, it's actually rejecting right now. It might be an indecisive candle. Oh, my coffee went cold. I hate cold coffee. All right. Let's see what JUP and Bonk are doing right now. Okay? And if you remember from last week, JUP and Bonk move like holding hands. Like whatever Solana's doing, JUP and Bonk probably are following like identically. Oh, and look at that. It actually rejected that bearish candle. We might actually break above this resistance point. So Jup and Bonk, when it comes to the way Solana moves, are very close together. They like to move together. They like to move just like Solana does. And Solana follows Bitcoin. So Solana will follow what Bitcoin's kind of doing, and Bitcoin follows what the S&P 500 is doing. So it's I'm kind of interested in seeing what happens. Let's set up some alerts so we don't have to just stare at this candle. So I'm going to set up some alerts. Again, I use TradingView. I like to set up alerts at price. So if price touches that and I'm not paying attention, I'm doing something else, my phone will alert me when it gets to a place that I want. Oh, look at that. It's about to break that resistance. That's actually pretty, that actually might have been a good trade, because I think if it goes up to here, that's a 1% trade. Let's see. If price goes up there, yeah, you're 1% plus. That would be what I'd want. If price is able to go above this resistance point, that's a good trade. A 1% trade is, in my opinion, good. I like 1% trades, because if I am trading with 5x leverage, I'm making 5% on my portfolio, whatever my trade was. So if my trade was $10,000 and I'm trading with 5x leverage, right, I'm making 5% on that $10,000. And 5% on 10,000 is pretty good trade. That's like what, 500 bucks? Yeah, like 500 bucks before fees. And you got to make sure you account for fees when you're taking trades, especially if you're using leverage on a site. Yeah, it's rejecting that support line or resistance line pretty hard. It looks like sellers are winning here. And it didn't make a higher high. That's a double bottom right there. Oh, we might actually have an inverse head and shoulders creating. Inverse head and shoulders is this right here. 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 And then whatever this does might do a head and shoulders. Which I think, if I'm correct, inverse head and shoulders is a bearish indicator. What's up, King? Hope you're having a good day. Happy Monday. Let's look that up, bro. Inverse head and shoulders. Oh, let's do this. Sorry. Chart patterns. I like this chart pattern right here. I like to just look at it. Inverse head and shoulders. Bullish inverted head and shoulders. So inverse head and shoulders is actually a bullish indicator, which is a reversal pattern. Okay, so actually, if we make an inverse head and shoulders here, like if it happened to like right here, let's do this tool. If we happen to make like right there, like this price can't break below that, and we make an inverse head and shoulders, and then price again touches here, that's a bullish reversal pattern, which would mean price is going to move up. And as you can see in this consolidation, let's go to a little bit bigger time frame. As you can see in this consolidation area, that price is failing to go lower within consolidation. That price keeps moving higher in consolidation, which would give me an indication that price action might be moving towards the upside, that we might have a bullish breakout on this consolidation area. Let's go back to 1 minute. Let's delete that guy and delete this guy. I think we might get it. That'd be cool. I think if we got, for me here, if we get this little downward movement, but then it rejects off the 21-day moving average and starts moving upward and gives us a bullish engulfing candle, I think I would take that trade. Because that's a bullish pattern reversal indicator that would mean we go up here. to the top of consolidation. And if we say we entered here, that's like 0.7%. And if it happened to break out, it's a what if, which I don't like trading off what ifs, but it does give us potentially an opportunity for a trade. Like right now, this candle, if this candle goes red and then we get a nice big green candle, that could be a good indicator. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. I want to see what it does here on this resistance. But I still wouldn't want to take this trade because it's in the middle of consolidation and in a middle of a trend. Like, and I might only make 0.6%. I still don't like this. I want to wait until it hits up here. I want to wait until it hits up this point. So if I'm going to wait until price hits up there, let's set up an alert. Price touching top of top consolidation. So I'm setting up an alert because I wanted to let me know when that happens. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Create. Okay. Oh, I forgot to let's do this. I want it once per bar. So I want to like beep beep beep. It's touching. I want it to like bother me. Because with this now, with this inverse head and shoulders, if we break above this resistance and then break up here and start touching here, that's an indication that, yeah, we might see that price break out. All right, let's go look at now. Let's look at some JUP. We're going to leave. Let's go look at JUP. JUP technical analysis. Or JUP, whatever you guys call it. I call it JUP. Okay. We're in JUP. Yep. Let's delete this. Let's do some TA here. We're on the day. We're on the day time frame. We're at the MACD. Let's just look at price action. Oh, let's take away this resistance point. Okay. This is kind of an ugly chart. Oh, this is kind of an ugly chart because you got this here. I hope you are having a great day as well. Thanks, King. Hang on, where do I want to put this? So you got the bottom here. Right? Would it be here? No, I think it's here. This one's kind of weird. Let's see. Put it on that guy. On that guy. What a weird chart. Oh. Okay. And now we got this guy breaking down here. Looks like we might actually have a trend reversal on JUP. Let's get a ray on the close. Ray on the close. Make it a little transparent. There we go. Nice. We almost got 50 people in our stream on this Monday morning. Welcome in, everybody. Please like this stream. Please repost it. comment on the streams, post. Like it's just so helpful for me. So please like it, reshare it, or repost it on X. Like it if you're on YouTube. Super helpful. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me as I'm starting and kicking off my live stream journey. But thank you guys, every single one of you, for being in here. Seriously, it means the world to me. And I'm so thankful to have you guys with me on these streams. Okay, so on JUP, looks like we have a little bit of a trend reversal. But it's such a weird chart. You got support here, over here, right? Like we have like a double bottom in this area. Let's get support. Let's change the candles again too, so they match the other ones. Was it this color? No. That color is probably a little better. We do that color. That's red, green, red. Well, kind of hurts my eyes. Punk, what's up, Punk? Good morning. Welcome to the chat. There, now kind of now you so you know what candles I'm talking about. Green or green, red or red. Yeah, but JUP looks like it's doing a little bit opposite of what Solana is doing. Solana looks like it might be moving upwards, where JUP might be moving downwards. And now JUP is under $1. JUP has been holding above $1 for a pretty good time and like holding that price pretty well, but back under $1. I want JUP to go to $2. I think JUP is a $2 coin. I think JUP has a lot of potential. I love Jupiter Exchange. I love Meow. I love that team. They've been making some weird votes on the actual like governance. Some of that, like the paid team members have been kind of weird, and I don't know if you guys pay attention to that or have been actively participating in the governance, but I have. I've been watching it, and I think they have a lot of potential. I think they have a really strong team. I think their leader Meow is pretty amazing. So I like Jupiter. I've been using Jupiter from ever since I got to Solana. Jupiter was the first place I ever used. Was their exchange, and I've loved Jupiter. All right, so Jupiter's in the downtrend. Got a lower high, lower high, lower lows, lower lows. Doing some weird stuff here. All right, let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hours looking very bearish in my opinion. The reason why I think the 4 hour is very bearish is because all three lines are about to cross. Right here. Right here. All three lines are about to cross. Very bearish indicator on what I look for, which for me would mean we're looking for short opportunities here on JUP. We're not looking for long opportunities here. I'm looking more for short opportunities because short opportunities will have a stronger hold than bullish indicators. And if I were to want to enter a short, I want price above the close of yesterday's candle, not below. Okay, I would want to enter above this blue line, not below this blue line. Like, so ideally I'd probably want price to move upward, test the trend line again, enter when it tests the trend line, and then follow that trend downwards. But I like entering that on the lower time frames, not these higher time frames. So I'm gonna erase this real fast. Let's go down to the lower time frame. We got the hour. Hour, also all three lines are below each other, indicating the bearish trend. And let's do a new trend line here. Let's add a new trend line. We got this trend line and we got this trend line. Okay, so let's add another one. I'm gonna have to make this a little tighter. Let's see. Let's make this a little cleaner. Let's make this a little cleaner. What the heck? I think this is more accurate. Like that. Yep, like that. Boom. Okay. Now we got the 4-hour trend line. And we got some little consolidation here. Little figuring out of what the heck is price going to do here. Almost like a double bottom. Not really. That's not a double bottom. Not a double bottom. So we got downward movement. Let's see. Let's draw a little trend. We got downward movement. Wait. No, I don't want the ray. Let's do that. Downward movement here. And then we got a little pinch going on. This little pendant here. Let's see what I want to look at what this chart pattern kind of looks like for me. I'm still learning my pennants, and maybe you are too, or maybe you don't even know that this is an indicator for you to look at when you're looking at the chart. But right, you have this heavy downward momentum, and you got something weird that price is doing. Right, it's not really doing anything big. So for me, that shows there's a little bit of a flag pattern going on, and we got a flag pattern that is a down angle and then an up angle, right? So we had a let's see if it's a reversal with a downward angle, and that's a down. I think this is a continuation, right? So you got downward motion. It'd be this, I think. A bearish pennant pattern. Bearish rising wedge. I don't think it's that. That's too flat. It's one of these. So with what I see here, for me, this indicates that it was a continuation pattern of a bearish momentum, that we're not going to see a reversal of price going upward, that we're going to see a continuation of downward momentum. But again, we got to see what price is doing. I want to see what price does on these lines here. So JUP could be presenting itself a short opportunity. Now that we know that on the 1 hour we got like a bearish pennant, let's go down to 15 minute. 15 minute, we still got this consolidation going on, right? We got the pennant. It rejected off there. Probably going to touch down here. See if it bounces, right? So price right now is going to do this. It's going to go down here probably, maybe touch, maybe go up here and touch, and then go downwards. Or it could fake us out and actually break out. But this pennant style is a bearish one based on the information that I've so far received. Nice. We've just broke 50 people on the live stream. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Let me know where you're streaming from. What area are you in the United States? Are you outside the United States? If you're in the United States, let me know what state you're in. And then if you're outside the United States, let me know what country you're in. That'd be a fun little thing to see where everyone's kind of like viewing from. But welcome into the stream. We're going on a little over an hour that we've streamed so far. We're probably going to go another 50 minutes and then I'm going to call it for the day. But right now we're doing a little Jupiter technical analysis and looking at what price action might be giving us today and what opportunities we might have. So again, for me, I want to reiterate that for Jupiter, if I were looking at this, is there a trade opportunity happening today? I'd be looking for a short opportunity, not a long. It looks like way more of a short opportunities going on here with Jupiter. I don't think we're going to be seeing a breakout in the bullish direction. I think we're going to see breakout in the bearish and probably touching this support. This support is 90 cents. So Jupiter might be giving us an opportunity to have a 90-cent touch point on this, where this support area was. We could even get a little bit sharper, right? Let's look at our support on that was a little high. Could even be going down this low. That support is 85 cents. $0.85 could be where Jupiter is going, but we got to let price tell us. We're not future predictors here. This isn't financial advice. Do your own research, learn how to do this. Southern California, let's go, King. SoCal, that's where I'm at too. Welcome to the stream. SoCal, so you're right with me at 10 a.m. right now. It's 10 in the morning. We're looking at the charts together. So yeah, we might see Jupiter, if it bounces up here, make a move down to 85 cents potentially. There's a lot of little support areas over here also. As you look over here, you got this support area, right? This inverted head and shoulders. You got this support here. You got this support. You even have like this support right here, this support line. Let's actually add those, because those could be little support opportunities. Let's make this green. What I would almost say is this. You got these two support lines. I want to make a little box here that says if price begins to move into that direction, that could be the bottom of that downward momentum, and then we see another reversal, right, back into the bullish trend. And then I would also want to see an alert. This is the more important alert for me with Jupiter, because it's not in a place where I want to actually get into a position. It's not in an optimal point for me. Henry, oh wait, is that Harry? What's up, dude? Good morning. You're laughing. Jupiter or Jupe, whatever, is not an optimal place for me right now to get into trade. So I want to set up alerts, and my ideal position for these alerts right now is on these white lines that I put for the bearish pennant that we found. And I'm going to put once per bar touching top of pennant. I think that's how you spell it. And then I'm going to make sure I know this is a jup, whatever. Jupiter coin. There we go. Jup touching top of pennant. There we go. So now I have an alert on this line. And was it once per bar? Yep. Okay. Perfect. And then I'm going to do another one on this line. So then I know once per bar. Jupe touching bottom of pennant. There we go. All right, so now I got two alerts that'll let me know when price is touching either one of these. My ideal one is price is touching this top line, because that top line will give me an opportunity potentially for a short that would allow me to catch the downward momentum to see how far that downward momentum goes, if it actually does hit down here. Or if I'm looking for really small scalps, I can go down to like the 5 minute, right? And the 1 minute, and get like a little scalp between these lines on the short. Nah, I don't like it. I wouldn't do that. Not with Jupiter. I'm more looking for that bigger movement. Jupiter's just in a weird price movement right now. All right, let's look at Bonk. Bonk has been one of my favorite meme coins in all of Solana, right? Bonk has saved leave. Yes. Bonk has been amazing. We're looking at purely price action here on Bonk. We're not looking at any other indicators minus like these two that we have on the screen. But Bonk, we're in a little uptrend. All right. Bonk is on this uptrend. I'm gonna put a ray on this close of this candle. Shift. Okay, let's go blue. This line I'm putting is the close line, so everyone knows. Oh, let's make it a little brighter. There we go. That's the close line of the previous day's candle. Okay. And what do we got here? Let's mark some support points. We got resistance up here. Let's go full. And then red. And then we got some support points here. Okay. We got a support point down here. Another support. My vacuum's talking to me. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but my vacuum's talking to me. All right, and then we got, yeah, let's do that. There we go. We got support and resistance to go down to the 4 hour. 4 hours looking in a downward trend. Let's do this. 4 hours in this downtrend. Let's change that to yellow because our trend lines are yellow. Support and resistance lines are red and green. And the white line, oh, you can't see it because my line. Let me move it. Let me delete this real quick. And on here, the white line, like just yesterday, right? No, the 7th crossed. So the white line just crossed under the 50-day moving average. This is the 21-day moving average. Bearish indicator. Now, if these continue on and cross the red, even more bearish. Okay, let's add that. Let's add that trend line again. Let's fix it up here. There we go. Okay. Let's fix this. There we go. Okay. So Bonk looks like it's in a little bit of a downtrend right now. Breaks out of it. I would want to see if price breaks out of this trend line and then moves up towards this support line. But looks like Bonk is in a downtrend. Let's see on the 1 hour. Yep, still continuing on. All three lines are crossed. Shrink this out a little bit. Okay. Any new support and resistance? We got this. Okay. Yeah, this bearish momentum looks heavy on this. These lines have really big gaps between them. It's not like playing around like this. It's pretty big gaps. And we also got, looks like we got some consolidation here on Bonk in this area. Let's go down to, let's mark this up actually. I want to mark this consolidation point. And they're like identical to Solana, just like I said. Okay. Let's mark this up. Mark this up. Because it wouldn't go here, would it? Chad, would you say the line goes here? I don't think the line goes there. I think the line goes like this. Like more like that. Because this is the downward motion. Then we see what price does. Now price is kind of messing around here. I think this is where the line goes. Again, I'm learning. I'm trying to educate you guys why I'm also learning. But I think this is how it goes. Because if I look at these chart patterns. No, I think I'm wrong. Because it goes the movement, right? And then you put the line at the bottom of that movement. So I'm wrong. Yeah, I think I'm wrong. So it'd go like this. Boom. Boom. And then this one goes down. It's making a bearish pennant again. Just like on Jupiter. Yeah. It's like just like Jupiter. This looks like, yeah, we're on bonk. This looks just like Jupiter. It's like the same exact situation as Jupiter was. That's why I like trading these Solana coins. They literally are like, you get the chart. You just get to look at each other. You get to look at the same things. They kind of work together hand in hand. They're very easy to work as a whole. So maybe if like you miss the jump movement, but you know jump is moving in a downward trend, you can hop over to bonk and say, I know Jupe, I know bonk, and I know Solana all move together. So maybe if I miss the Solana downward motion, I could hop over to bonk or jump, get that downward motion, right? Like they all kind of move in the same way, and I love it. Makes it fun to trade, and it makes it a little easier. But again, on this, we're on the hour. Let's go down to the 15-minute. Whoa, look at those candles over there. Look at those candles. Those are huge. Okay, okay, a little bit of weird price moving here. On the 15-minute, it looks like my smooth moving average, my 3 smooth moving averages are actually moving in the upward, as if the white might cross the green. The white might cross the green. All right, I'm gonna set alerts on these lines. Okay. Bonk, touching top. Pennant. Okay, once per bar. And then alert. Bonk, touching, bottom, pennant. I don't even know if I'm spelling pennant right. I think I am. Can you explain how you made a calculation of a 1% trade versus a 0.6% trade? Yeah, let me do that real quick. Okay, so let me go back to Solana. Solana for me, in regards to today's price movement, Solana looks like the best one setting up for the best trade, in my opinion, of what I'm seeing. Yeah, look at inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, let me share that real fast, okay? Let me see if I can do it like in a text thing up here. So earlier in the live stream, I mentioned that if I take let's get text. If I took what is going on here? Text. If I took a $10,000 trade, with 5x leverage, okay? So let me make this, and let me make it white. So if I took a $10,000 trade, right, with 5x leverage, my real position, the real size of my position is actually a $50,000 trade, okay? So I'm trading with $50,000 if I'm taking $10,000 and trading with 5x leverage, okay? So if that trade, right, with 5x leverage moves 1%, right? So let's get our little right here. So if my trade moves 1%, right, with a 10,000x leverage, 5x leverage, you basically take the 5x that you did and multiply it by the percentage that it moves. So if I take 5x leverage and it moves 1%, I'm making 5%. If I take 10x leverage and it moves 1%, I make 10%. Okay, If I did 20x leverage, if it moves 1%, I'm making 20% on my leverage. Okay. So the entire portfolio is with $50,000 is earning, like, let's do that math. So right here, if let's make it easier with a short position, like a long position scale. Long position, right? So if this moves, so if my long position moves 1%, right? So if I entered my trade with at $164.06 and the price moves 1% to $166.24, that account is making 1% on the $50,000, right? So what is 1% of $50,000? Let's go to a calculator. 50, 1, 2, 3, multiplied by 1.01 equals $500. That's what that account just made, is $500 if it moves 1%. Now my trade, because I took 10% of my leverage, right? So, or I took $10,000 for my leverage, my account is now making 5%. So let's clear this out. With $10,000, I just made a 1% trade, or sorry, 5% of that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, multiplied by 1.05. I'm making $500. So whatever that funded account makes, I make the $500. So my $10,000 is making $500. Now what you got to account for is that to open a $10,000 trade at 5x leverage, you're probably paying a fee of like $100. Or let's see right now, if we wanted to open up a trade, say with Jupiter on perps leverage, right? So I'm trading perps, perpetual futures. If I wanted to trade, the way that this makes money is it takes my fees, right? So if I made a $10,000 trade, right? So how much is $10,000? 50 sol? So 55 sol? Nope, 60 sol. Let's go 65 sol. Okay, so 65 sol is $10,500. If I want to open up a position of that size with 5x leverage, I'm paying a fee of $41. So right away, if I want to open that trade, just to open the trade, I lose $42. That's how they make their money. They make their money on their fees. And then if I want to close that trade, they take in even more fees and the little small percentages of what I make, right? So they're making money by me opening up the positions, and then whatever my position size is, whether I lose or win, they take a fee off on top of that. So I make the profit on the entire amount of what I put into the position, right? So I make all the profit on the $50,000 leverage, on the $50,000 position. They don't take the $500. They just take the fees. Okay. So if it's $100,000, right? If this position size was $100,000, 1, 2, 3. If this position size is $100,000, that means I took 10x leverage. For a 1% movement, I'm earning then 10% on my money, because I make, for every 1% that moves, that position size is going to make 10% of whatever I put in, right? So if $100,000 makes 1%, it's making $1,000. So my $10,000 just made 10% of its value, right? So if I traded with $10,000, I'm actually earning a profit of $1,000, right? Now they're going to take their fee, which takes away from my profit. So I don't actually earn $1,000 because there's probably a $40, $50, $60 fee. Then also to close the position, they're going to take some fees. So really I'm making probably like $800 to $900 on that position size. I hope that made sense. Trust, was that helpful on how I calculated the position size and like my percentage? Can you explain how you made a calculation of a 1% trade versus a 0.6% trade? Or maybe I got that question wrong and you're wondering how I use the scale to show my size or the way the trade moved, right? Because like say if I'm trading $10,000 with 10x leverage and the position only moves 0.5%, now I'm only making 5%, right? So the less that it moves, the less I get in return. That's kind of like the normal, but that's how I know based on my account or my position size. If it only moves 0.5%, I'm only making 5%. Now 5% is great if you're trading with $10,000 at a $100,000 position size. Yes, the way the trade moved. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Let me fix that. My bad. How do I delete this? I don't want to add text. Okay. Let's move this. So the best way to calculate, let's go to a better time frame, hour time frame, right? So there's this little tool over here on the toolbar. Let's see if you guys can see it. Yeah, my toolbar over here. So if you go over here to the toolbar, you have this tool called the price range, right? It'll tell you in a height of movement, how much percentage did that move. You can also do a date range, like how many candles was that? Was it a couple days? Was it a couple hours? And then you can mix it date and price range. So I use the price range tool right here, price range. And you can see here that on this movement, it moved down, right? This price movement moved down 10%. So I use this little tool to say, if I want to make a 10% trade, like where the market moves 10%, it would have to move at that size, right? Like it would have to move that much. That's 10%, right? That's a 10% movement. So I use that tool to show me how much the price would have to move. And that gives me more of an idea, like 10% is hard. To get it to move 10%, if I'm a day trader, right? I'm only letting my trades last one day. To get the price to move 10% is rare in a day. It doesn't happen often. Now, 1% happens almost every single day. The price almost every single day moves at least 1 to 3%. Right? Now, let's see how big a 3% move looks, right? This is 10%. Let's get a 3% move. Right? That's 3%. Now, just this morning, price has moved 3%. Right? Price has moved 3% there. Price moved, let's see. Price moved 3% there. So just in this morning, price has moved 3% 3 times, right? And if I'm taking a trade at $10,000 with 10x leverage, that's 30% of my money that I'm making with a 3% move, right? We can get a 3% move in a day. We can get that. It happens almost every day. We just saw it today. It happened 3 times, right? Over here, right? We move this around. This is another day. Boom, that's a 3% move. That's a 3% move. Another 3% move, right? Eventually, you got to scoot it over a little bit, right? 3% move. Right here. We go here. 3% move, right? 3%. Now you make that even smaller to 1%. You know you can do that. It happens every day. It's consistent. We know the price is going to move 1% at least in a day. And so I use that as a gauge to say, do I think price can move in that direction in that size that I want it to, right? Like from here, if I want to take a long position at that price point where Solana currently is at, right? Solana currently is at the bottom of that 3% move. That's very unlikely that Solana will move 3% in that direction. We would need a lot of bullish indicators. Now, if I flip it on its side, right? If Solana touches the top of that consolidation, it's way more likely that it would move 3% in the downward direction because that's within the consolidation, right? If I'm trading with 5x leverage or 10x leverage, I'm making 30%. 5x leverage, I'm making 15%, right? So if you want to calculate, yeah, I hope that's helpful, Bear. I hope I'm getting to your question. And I hope I'm not like giving you useless information or trust. I hope that was helpful. But I use that to gauge, do I believe that price can move in one direction or another in the amount I want it to, right? I'm looking for 1% trades. 1% trades happen very often inside of a day, right? We can make good money off 1% movement. And if we're a consistently profitable trader, that we're patient, we wait for the price to do what we want, 1% could be made very quickly, very easily. And so I like to set my standards and my boundaries in that sense that says I'm looking for a 1% move. We can do that. We can get a 1% move. By the way, we're at 62 people here on the stream. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. We've been going for about almost 2 hours now. So I hope this stuff is helpful. I love doing technical analysis. I've been really trying to get better at being a consistently profitable trader. I don't trade NFTs anymore, really, ever. Like, I have NFTs, but they're all for long holds, and I want to support companies like the OK Bears that I'm repping here, right? I want to, the NFTs, that stuff I used to trade a lot, but I do not trade those anymore. I like focusing on coins because for me, the coins have way more potential on an ROI. I don't really trade meme coins. Like, I know some people are really into finding like just meme coins and trading like Mother or, you know, all those other coins. I'm not really into that. I don't really trade those. I like trading Solana, Jupiter, Bonk, like some of the main ones that are consistent. And also, I like supporting Solana because Solana is my favorite chain. Solana is amazing. It's the foundation for all of those things. If Solana fails, the Solana NFT fails. If Solana fails, the Solana meme coins are going to fail. But I don't think Solana is ever going to fail. I think it's got so much potential for scalability, reliability, the way it can just transform the financial system. I'm excited. I mean, some of their partnerships they got with Visa, Shopify, they just got their PayPal partnership. I love trading Solana. That's why I love it. It's my favorite blockchain. That's why I'm Soul Maniac. Yeah, I'm perfect. Trust, I saw you just said thanks. I hope that was helpful. I hope that was answering your question. If not, shoot me again. Like, bro, you're not answering it. Like, just, you could be real with me. I like straight shooting. But yeah, that is, I like trading 1% trades. I think if you guys, again, not financial advice. That's not what I'm trying to say here. I'm just trying to show you how consistent you can be if you're looking for 1% trades a day. If you limit yourself to, if I get 1%, I'm happy, I'm good, I'm done for the day. You now have self-control. You're not trading on emotion. You're not revenge trading. You can do 1% trades. It's very easy. I mean, just in today, you're looking for 1% trades. That happens like 1, 2, 3. It's like 9 times just today we've had the price move in a 1% direction that we could have done. That's 9 trades. Now, I don't recommend doing 9 trades. I would probably have done like 2, like get the downward, get the upward, boom, I'm done. done, out for the day. That's 2 wins. Excited for that. Then we're good. Come back tomorrow, right? So that's how I trade personally. So like, honestly, during this stream, looks like we're not probably going to have a trade opportunity. I'll probably be doing a trade outside of the stream because price just isn't touching the places that I want it to. But it looks like we're creeping up to a potential opportunity here in the consolidation if price touches the top of consolidation again, and then get a move on the downward towards the bottom of consolidation with Solana. If I'm picking one coin today that I'm probably trading, I'm probably looking at Solana. I don't love what Jup and Bonk are showing me. I like the way that Solana looks today. Solana looks like it's presenting a much better opportunity on price movement and price action. Oh, look at that. On the hour, rejected that support line that we originally talked about. That was pretty important, which is this support line right here. Yeah, right here. This support price is buyers are winning there. Yeah, I like what Solana is doing for me. I think Solana presents the better opportunity for today's trade. But again, you gotta wait and see what price does. We gotta see what price does. What is this alert I have? Okay. Let me get up the X chat. All right. Nice. We hit 63 today so far in the stream. Nice. Okay. I wonder. Let me check the pennant here too on this, because it looks like on Solana, I might have overlooked this in the beginning. It looks like we're making a little pennant here too. Right there. We are making a bearish pennant again here on Solana. Even if you went down to this one. Another bearish pennant. Which the bearish pennant would be, it's a continuation of that movement, and that it would continue in the downward momentum. Let me erase this 10% price movement. All right. Well, that is today's trade. I'm going to move into the just chatting real fast. Let's do the just chatting. Thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. If you have any more questions, feel free to shoot them in the chat real fast before I end. But I'm currently waiting on some price movement on Solana. Solana is the one I want to trade today probably. So I'm not really looking to enter a trade quite yet. But do you guys have any more questions in the chat? Feel free to throw it in there, and I would love to help answer anything, or if there was anything I did on my screen that you're like, I don't remember, I don't know what this is, I don't know how did you do that, how did you draw that line, or how did you draw that box? All right. Well, thank you so much for coming to Monday's stream. We are doing this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. every single week. We're trying to be consistent on our live streams, that this is going to be something we do 3 times a week now. And probably these streams are going to last every single one of those days, around 2 hours. Maybe Mondays we might start doing a longer stream, like maybe making it a 4-hour stream, as we just maybe sit here and like actually wait for a trade, and I can do live trading with you guys. But yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. PST. Okay, PST is the time zone I'm in, And every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. is where we'll be streaming, and we'll be doing this every single day. Now, looking forward into the future, ideally, maybe some of these streams I got like a special guest that comes out. I might have, you know, some unique things that we do on the stream. That might be some like fun ideas. If you ever have an idea or ever want something, shoot it into the chat. Time zone, yeah, my PST is my time zone. 9 a.m. PST. Yeah, did I say that wrong? I see people saying like time zone question mark, 9 a.m. PST question mark. Did I say it wrong? 9 a.m. PST, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like Pacific Standard Time, PST. I don't know. I think I'm saying that right. But yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday is where you'll catch me doing these streams, and we'll be doing technical analysis on Solana, JUP, Bonk. Every single one of those, we'll be looking at those charts, and then also in the future probably doing like special guests. And I think that could be fun. Or maybe even if like I'm traveling, like this year we're going to Singapore for Solana Breakpoint, maybe I'll live stream like while I'm in Singapore. That could be kind of fun. We live stream while we're on the go and traveling. All right, guys, I'm gonna close down the stream, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you on Wednesday.